Hello everyone and welcome back to Dark Souls Remastered. Domhnall waits by the two large double doors ahead, not quite sure what to expect. We've heard that below it's called Blighttown. Blighttown is our next destination. It's through these two doors where we will experience the terror known as Blighttown. Domhnall the merchant sits idly by. He wants nothing to do with Blighttown. Seems to be like we're the only ones who are brave enough to make our way down into this place. We use our key to Blighttown to open the two doors. As we enter, we can feel some type of fog in the air. A dim green fog that lights up the whole area. Taking a trip down here might be the last trip we ever take. But Domhnall knows no matter what happens, he'll always have another chance. We look down below and there's a bunch of wooden bridges, ladders all around. Whatever's waiting for us up ahead looks... Oh. Before we know it, a giant enemy comes at us. His roar shrieks. Our Black Knight's sword is able to damage him quite well, but his attacks are powerful. Seems as though the wooden bridges, they're unforgiving. So easy to slip off the edge. We barely made it into Blighttown and we already died. Domhnall was just feeling this one out. We won't let that happen again. We make our way back down to the doors once again. And we look over and Domhnall of Xena is a smirk on his face. Laughing at us, seeing us come back so quickly. Is that all you got? He says. We smirk back and head back down the ladder once again. Domhnall knows this was going to happen. He knew this was going to happen. He prepared himself for it. Dying is the only lesson. But if we let fear take over our minds, we will never escape this hell. The big enemy comes at us as we two-hand our sword ready to attack. We must not let him do the same thing to us again. We strike him hard and fast with our sword and lay him to rest. We have to keep our shield up. We don't know what's going to be coming for us here. He tries to attack us and we get a backstab. Not this time. We won't allow it. We taunt the next enemy that's up ahead, daring him to come at us. He hits us hard with his club, but we roll out of the way of the second shot. Another strike, but he misses. You should never let your guard down. We look all around and we see all kinds of platforms and areas down below. Looks like there's a little guy down below, not quite sure what his purpose is, but might be a better idea to ambush him. We see a little drop off, make our way down below. Smaller enemies, fierce though in their attacks. They're aggressive as we get hit by some type of weird dart from up above. We feel a toxin rush over us in our bloodstream as we get hit by the creatures. The toxin tears apart at our health quickly. The little guy up above the ladder was the one shooting us with the darts. We have to make our way up quickly before we die. It's only a matter of time. He's easily defeated as other enemies rush over to us. We have to get away. As we climb down the ladder, our health dwindles. We die again. This place is a nightmare for Domhnall. There's nothing we can do to escape its grasp. Its impending doom, its grip of death. But we must not quit. We must not give up. Quitting is not an option. We got a little further in this time, but it's probably better to take a different route next time. Domhnall sees us run by again, and this time doesn't really have so much a smirk on his face, more of a look of sadness, or like he feels bad for us almost. It's only been 10 minutes, not even, and we've died twice. This Blighttown place is a complete nightmare. Domhnall still has something left to give. He hasn't given up yet. At least he knows how to kill these enemies now. As long as we don't fall off the edge. Gotta be careful. It could really screw us over. Always fun to kick those guys off. Doesn't feel so good when it happens to them. You take the second big guy out once again. Pillages dung pies off his body. Not quite sure what we use those for. This time around, it's probably better to go to the left instead of down. Last time we just got ambushed by those smaller creatures and hit by those darts. If we can lead on the big guy and get around him, we can get out of here. He got lucky there. We have to run. That's the only option. We kill off the creatures from before and run around to not get hit by the darts. We could see our souls over to the right. Maybe we can kill that guy if we make a quick dash for it here. He's not up here. Strange. I thought he was. It's possible he may have dropped down below. Oh, another one. Coming at us aggressively. They're no match for our Black Knight sword. We're thankful that we were able to find this weapon early. But like we said before, having a strong weapon isn't everything. It's only part of the challenge. We see an item on a rooftop down below. Could jump and try and get it, but if we fall, we might fall to our deaths. Probably not a good idea to take that risk. More enemies. I hear them. Just can't see anything here. Everything is so blurry. There's wood everywhere, wooden walls and ladders and noises. It's just hard to focus sometimes. Another enemy down below. We're able to strike him with our sword. Have to be quick here. Oh, another item. We could see a bonfire off in the distance down below. If we make our way down the ladders, we could probably reach it at some point. Just have to be careful here. It looks close, but I have a feeling that it's much further away than we know. Maybe that roof down below would lead us closer. It looks like it might, if we go for the jump, but it's so risky. Probably be a better idea to try to get there the way we're supposed to, as opposed to taking a big risk. But that also means we have to fight more enemies. There's one here in this weird pot. Another one up ahead. Kill the first one and get hit by the second. These enemies aren't difficult. They just hit us when we least expect it. Another drop down below. I wonder if that'll lead to the bonfire. There's a lot of items to collect here. Weird dogs below us. You can see the remainder of the area up ahead, but it's probably better to go the other way. If we could hit this drop down here, we can make it. There's other enemies down below. Weird dogs. Little red ones. Whatever comes our way, we have to kill quickly. A bonfire. As Domhnall rests at the bonfire, he starts to feel a little bit better about his trip to Blighttown. We're not quite sure what's going to be waiting for us up ahead, but it's important to keep moving. Don't stop for too long. We're going to need as much vitality that we can get to get through this area. These enemies, they're unforgiving. They ambush us at every turn. This place is like a maze. So hard to figure out where to go, what to do. Enemies down below. Ambush them. Kill them off quickly and it makes it easier. Another one. Easily picked off. Having the right strategy when going into battle is always important. If you go in head first with no plan of action, death will come your way. I assure you. You receive the blooming purple moss clumps. We might have some use for those later on. We make our way over to some weird contraption. Looks like a bridge. Whatever it is, we're probably going to have to make our way across very fast. We were correct and successful. As we make our way over to the other end, we hear something sneak up behind us, spraying fire. Another one of those dogs. Easily defeated as another one makes his way up. It's the same one we killed earlier once we got the bonfire. They all come back. Just like us. They all come back. They're never truly gone. All these creatures and hollows. Monsters. Just like fear, it always comes back. You just have to know how to control it. Just have to know what to expect at all times. Speaking of fear, look out ahead and we see way more enemies and contraptions and ladders. It's a giant tower made of wood. Not quite sure where to go here. Maybe back across the bridge and then back up the ladder. Seems like this just kind of comes to a dead end here. Hopefully we can make it across again. It's a bit of a challenge the first time, but we're able to get across again. Luckily for Dom Hall. We get back to the bonfire and run past. We're plenty healed up and we have plenty of Estus, so we may as well continue. No point in resting again. We see two more of those dogs up ahead. We look around and don't see anything. Down below, looks like there's some type of platform, but it's not very safe. There's also another ladder. Let's make our way up. Another one of those enemies in the pot. To make our way back up to where we were earlier. We remember, this is where we came from. The whole thing is confusing. It's like a maze. So hard to figure out sometimes. There's the bonfire. We hear enemies below our feet. One sneaks up from behind on the platform. We're able to kill him quickly enough as the dog hangs out below. Looks like this is the next way to go here. It'll lead us in the right direction. Another one of those guys and a dog kind of hiding out in the corner. We're able to kill the dog pretty quickly. Thankfully. As we make our way down, we get hit by some poisonous dart. Gotta get away from that quickly before it kills us. We're cornered. Still getting hit by the darts. We see a drop down below. Roll down quickly. Has to not get hit by the darts. Domhnall has to think fast. Roll. We wait for the enemies to come to us. Sometimes it's the easier way. Lead them into a trap and flank them. Good try. No luck, though. We can't get hit by those darts. We have to do everything we can to avoid them. Can't stay in the same place for too long. Keep going down. Oh. Another shooter there. Luckily for us, we found him. Footsteps. Once again. Another ambush. These things love ambushing us. They find their way at every turn. Another one. Can't get distracted. If we get distracted, we die. We receive an eagle shield from a corpse. Eagle shield reads, Great shield with an eagle design. Lightest and easiest great shield to handle. Great shields are very stable and deflect attacks, but one cannot parry and instead bashes with the shield. We look down and see another area that seems to go downward. It's probably where we have to go next. Looks like it leads down to the area below. More enemies, probably. We can hear them off in the distance. Another ladder that goes up. Not quite sure where to go here. Looks like we have to go back up the ladder. It's the only way. We have to be very careful not to get hit by those darts. Ah, a drop down. More enemies. We must be careful here. Some type of weird looking creature sits ahead on the wall. Looks creepy. Oh, another big one. It's not good. Let's climb back up the ladder and ambush him. I don't remember seeing this ladder before. This might be something new here. Ah, the guy who was firing at us from above. We're able to kill him quickly. Huh. Cave area. Very interesting. There's so many items laying around that we haven't retrieved, but we can't tail back now. If we do that, we'll definitely die. Let's make our way into the cave. We make our way in and see another one of those weird pots. Another enemy up ahead. Tight, narrow spaces. Green hue coming from the surrounding walls. It's like a sewer down here. It smells horrible. Worse than the depths ever did. I could see why all the creatures of the depths wanted to keep everything out. This thing could have snuck up on them. Whatever it is, we were able to sneak up on it from behind. Thankfully enough. We find a pyromancy spell called the Power Within. Hopefully we're safe enough here to not get hit by anything. We always have to be careful. Power Within reads, Pyromancy of Carmina, who harness the power of flame and actualize the inner self. Short strength and endurance boost but lose HP. Excessive power eats away the life force of its caster, and like all dangerous spells, Power Within was kept secret for eons. Sounds risky. Sounds like the black arts to me. Sacrifice oneself for power. Domhnall thinks about that in depth and realizes that, hey, maybe I've sacrificed myself for power, using the sword. The big enemy, once again, he makes his way up. We have to be very careful here. Whew. Quick. It's always so close. A matter of one misstep, one hit, and it's all over. We make our way down to another cave area and get ambushed quickly. You gotta do better than that. We could see these guys coming from a mile away, but sometimes they're hiding out in the corners waiting for us. Another ladder. Seems like we keep making our way down and down until we make it to the bottom. There's an item down below, but fog door up ahead. We make our way through to find ourselves on that area that we were looking at before with all the ladders and the wooden towers. A ladder. Seems to be like this pathway will take us all the way down. As long as we're careful and don't do anything stupid. We look out ahead and see some type of weird spider creature. Looks dangerous, but dies easily to the Black Knight's sword. Much like most enemies. Another one. One strike and he's dead. Huh. Even in death, it latches onto us, trying to suck the blood out of our veins. These creatures are so deadly that even in death, they still go after you. Another thing shooting darts at us from above. That's not very nice. We have to run. Dodge his attacks. As we walk up, we find the Wanderer coat and the Wanderer's armor and hood, which is the armor that we are currently wearing. Just another Hollow who died down here in Blighttown. He must have been just like us. Not quite sure what he found down here that killed him. He probably got hit by the toxic darts. We have to keep making our way down. We're almost there. I can taste it. 2 more of those weird spider things wait down below. It's probably better to be smart about this and drop down on them. Right on their heads. We're able to take both of them out quickly. Domhnall operates all on adrenaline. He tries to think about his every move, but it's difficult in this area. These enemies are relentless. The mosquitoes try to suck the blood right from our veins. More of those spiders. Aggressively making their way over. We have to take them all out. Quickly and swiftly. We look down and we see this giant swamp-like area. Items up ahead. Looks like some sort of cave over to the right. We'll make our way over there and see if we can find anything. This surely looks poisonous down here. We have to be careful. As we make our way into the swampy waters, we could feel the poison running up to our bodies, to our throats. Hits us like some type of horrible allergy. But luckily for us, we find the tunnel and another bonfire. Finding a bonfire in such a horrible place is a very good thing. It's not something Domhnall thought he would find down here. Quite frankly, he thought he was on his own from the minute he entered those two double doors. We remember finding some lost souls, and we decide to use some of them in order to gain another level. It's important even in the worst situations to keep honing your skills. Sometimes that's the best situation to be in to hone your skills. The more challenges you face, the greater you grow. The more you grow stronger. We could feel our strength building from using the Black Knight's sword. It's quite the heavy blade, but seems to be swinging easier and easier for us as our muscle memory improves. We look down below and see a chest up ahead in this sewer area. Might be something good. We find a dragon scale in the chest. Interesting. The dragon scale reads, Dragon scale for reinforcing dragon weapons, peeled from an ancient dragon. A dragon is inseparable from its scales, and the transcendent apostles who seek the perpetuity of the ancient dragons have crossed the very end of Earth to seek this invaluable treasure. Even in the depths of hell, there is reward. Seems to be the theme here in Blighttown. Seems like there's a lot of directions to go in down here in the swamp. Guess we're just gonna have to make our way around and see. These spider-type creatures. I wonder where they come from. They weren't up toward the top near the depths. They just hang out here down by the swamp. Must be for some type of reason. We make our way up to another wooden plank area. As the poison rushes through us, better to use one of these. As we look up, we see some type of weird wheel. Looks like an elevator of some sort. Definitely want to keep that in mind for later. Might be an easier way to get out of here, instead of making our way back up. We look out ahead and see some type of weird cave entrance or hole, and a bunch of big enemies with rocks, big boulders in their hands. They'll hurl those at us as soon as we walk by them. I know it. Better to stay out of these waters so we don't get poisoned again. We have to stay on the land platforms. We have to make our way up there. There may be a great enemy ahead. Ah, another one hiding in the shadows. He's tough. You have to be careful. We kill him just in the nick of time, as another one pops out from the shadows. Two-handed. Feel the sting of our blade cut through your flesh. We received the great club from a corpse down below. Another one, dead. Killed by the poison of the swamp. He couldn't make it out. The great club reads, giant tree branch serves as a wooden club, smashes enemies from upside the head. The leaping attack is a trademark of clubs, and this giant club is no exception. Seems like a pretty powerful weapon. We have to make our way up. Keep going. Poisoned again. No problem. Plenty of moss clumps to go around. Luckily for us, we came prepared. Domhnall always comes prepared. Hopefully we can get around these boulder-hurling giants. If they hit us, we'll surely die. We ran up the hill as fast as we could into the hole as we make our way into Quaylag's domain. We didn't know Quaylag. We didn't know what to expect. All we knew is we had to keep going. We have to try to find the second bell. It has to be close. We're almost all the way down. We surely are in the depths of hell. Who knows what we will encounter next as we traverse the white light. Domhnall looks ahead. Coming down the stairs is this beast. Arachnid-type creature. With flames coming off of a blade. Held by the torso of what looks to be some type of witch. We look at her from a distance and she smirks. This is the Chaos Witch Quaylag. It lunges at us quickly and we are able to dodge, hitting it with our sword. Magma spewing out of its mouth all over the ground. It explodes. Luckily for us, we had our shield up. Quaylag strikes with her sword, but is unable to strike us. We dodge her attacks quickly. Hit the spider with our sword, doing great damage. It spews magma out once again, trying to surround us. We have to stay focused here. Domhnall knows what to expect. More lava spewing from its mouth. It's gonna explode. Surely. We're winning this fight. We have to keep on the attack. The second bell awaits us. Chosen. We get out just in the nick of time. The spider, it knows it's dying. Quaylag knows she's about to be defeated. Strike it in its head as hard as we can. With every ounce of our attack, we lunge at the spider, stabbing it in its back, laying it to rest for good. The spider falls down into its magma, burning alive, squealing. No match for us. No match for the Black Knight's sword. Our weapon is too powerful for even the most dangerous of enemies. We have become the danger. We have become their hell. Their living nightmare. The second bell has to be up here. It must be here somewhere. Domhnall makes his way into some sort of weird structure, some sort of tower, and sees another level. a lever up ahead. Just like the one we found when we killed the gargoyles. This has to be the second bell. As we look up, we see it. Finally. We made it. As the second bell tolls, Domhnall realizes his fate. This is a journey that is only fit for him. A journey that he is destined to complete. The second bell awakens. A giant in chains. The giant releases a door. A place that we are familiar with. The place where Sigmire sat. He just couldn't get it open. Didn't realize that he had to ring the second bell. We look down the spiral staircase. Seems like there's more. Not quite sure what's down here, but we may as well look since we're here. Looks like it might have been an elevator of some sort. Doesn't seem like the lift works now. What's this? Looks like it might be one of those weird walls. Domhnall always had a sense for these things. Some weird creature with growths. Eggs of some sort growing out of its back sits up ahead.
Oh dear. What have we here? Are you a new servant?
Yes.
But you have no eggs. No matter. Go along and have audience with our fair lady. I pray that you will mind your manners.
Fair lady. What on earth is that? It looks like Quelaag, but it's not Quelaag. Seems like it's offering up some type of entrance to a covenant. I guess we could join. Why not? When we joined, the weird witch gave us a pyromancy tome called Great Chaos Fireball. We are now a member of the Chaos Covenant. Domhnall's journey up until now has been pretty chaotic, I suppose. As he looks out ahead. This bonfire looks like a good place to settle down. So, thank you all for coming to watch this episode. This is me now out of character. We are here in the, I guess, well, it's the Chaos Sanctuary. It's some type of sanctuary here. Once we defeated Chaos Witch Quelaag, and we were able to join the Chaos Covenant. And we're going to level up because we have quite a few souls here. I actually want to use the ones that I found now, because it might allow us to get 3 levels, I'm hoping. But yeah, thank you guys for coming and tuning in once again. I know it's been about a week since I made Dark Souls Remastered video. Been a lot going on my channel. I just released a couple of my first two shorts actually from my Skyrim series that I also just started up again, so kind of getting the ball rolling on a lot of things, a lot of content here on my channel, so appreciate you all for watching and showing me the love. I always appreciate it. I probably don't say it enough, but you know, I do this as an art. I do this as a creative outlet, and it's something I love, and I'm sure that a lot of YouTubers are doing it for the same reason. So if I can bring you some kind of enjoyment, I'm glad. You know, that's all I want to do. I want you guys to be able to come here and sit down and watch these videos and enjoy them. So, I greatly appreciate everyone, and I greatly appreciate the support. Please, if you enjoy these videos, I would really appreciate it if you do subscribe to my channel. Could really use some subscribers. The channel is on a very slow build right now, so if you like what you see, you know, hit the subscribe button at the end of the video. There should be a pop-up that comes up at the end. And I think with that said, I'm going to end this video here because we did the entirety of Blighttown. I know I missed a lot of items. This isn't going to be a perfect playthrough. I really want it to, you know, have a good flow and make sense story-wise. I don't want to, like, veer off too much and break up the story immersion. So the next episode, we will head out and see what awaits us further. So thank you all for coming, and I will see you next week in Dark Souls Remastered.